When Tracy Chapman walked onto that Grammy stage with Luke Combs, nobody expected what happened next. The crowd didn't just cheer, they erupted. Before a single chord was played, people were already on their feet, like they knew they were about to witness something historic. And here's the wild part. This moment almost never happened, because Luke was told this song would hurt his momentum. Rejected. 3 times. And when the label finally said yes, they still predicted it would flop. For 2 years, Luke had no idea Tracy Chapman even knew his version existed. And that tiny detail sets up everything that comes next. Now watch what unfolds. Picture this. A young Luke Combs standing in a pawn shop, holding a cheap guitar he barely knew how to play. Fame wasn't on his mind. Crowds weren't on his mind. He just wanted one thing, to learn one song. Not a country hit, not something on local radio. It was Fast Car, Tracy Chapman's 1988 anthem about poverty, escape, hope, and heartbreak. He practiced it everywhere, in his room, in his car after work, late at night after long shifts. Years later, he said, "Fast Car was the first song I ever learned, and it's always been my favorite." That line matters because it explains everything that follows. But to understand why this connection became historic, you need to understand the woman who wrote it. And then everything shifts. Tracy Chapman didn't write Fast Car to be a hit. She wrote it because she lived every line. Growing up in Cleveland, money was tight, life was unstable, and opportunities were rare. Music was her refuge, her escape. She wrote about poverty because she lived it. She wrote about leaving because she needed to. She wrote about disappointment because she carried it. And then came the moment that changed everything. The 1988 Nelson Mandela tribute concert. A technical failure forced her on stage unexpectedly, just her and her guitar. No band, no backup. When she sang Fast Car, 70,000 people fell completely silent. The world felt it. The song exploded globally. A generation connected to her story. But not even Tracy could have imagined that decades later, a bearded country singer would carry her story back into the spotlight. Then, everything moves fast. Fast forward to 2022. Luke Combs is selling out arenas, breaking records, one of the biggest names in country music. And one night, without planning, without an announcement, he starts playing Fast Car on stage. No hype, no intro, he just begins. The crowd freezes, then sings every word with him, line for line. Phones go up, clips explode, millions of views hit overnight. This wasn't just a country moment. It wasn't just nostalgia, it was universal. Be honest, is Luke's version better than the original? Comment for Luke, heart for Tracy. Now here's where the story twists. Luke wanted to release Fast Car. Fans begged, crowds demanded, his team supported it. The label rejected it 3 times. First rejection, it won't stream. Second, covers don't chart. Third, it's not worth promoting. Then one executive saw the viral clips, millions of views from people outside country music, and comments like, "I don't even like country, but I need this version." And suddenly the no became a yes. But the prediction stayed the same. It'll flop. They were wrong, very wrong, and everything explodes. The song drops and instantly blows past every expectation. Spotify pushes it, Apple promotes it, TikTok detonates with new videos, YouTube floods with reactions. And the charts? They go nuclear. #1 on country radio, top of the Hot 100. A 1988 folk song dominating 2023. And then Tracy Chapman notices. This next part is unreal. Tracy Chapman is private, quiet, rarely appears, rarely performs. But about Luke's version, she gives a short statement. "I'm honored to see my song reaching new audiences." Just 13 words, but they shake the industry. Her original re-enters the charts. Streaming explodes. Millions of young listeners discover her. Older generations return to her music. Luke didn't replace her. He revived her. And the moment that proves it happens at the CMAs. They open the envelope, and Tracy Chapman becomes the first Black woman ever to win CMA Song of the Year. A folk singer, a queer Black woman, not even in the building, winning one of country's biggest awards. Luke wins too, Single of the Year, 2 worlds, 1 legacy. Should covers be allowed to win Song of the Year? Drop your take below. Then the emotional peak arrives. And when the lights went down that night, Luke made a quiet promise to Tracy that he's never shared publicly. The lights dim, the crowd hushes. A guitar rings out. Luke Combs steps forward, and Tracy Chapman walks out beside him. Nobody in the room expected her to appear. It feels like history freezes. Her first live performance of Fast Car in years, maybe decades. 2 generations, 1 story, shared in real time. People cry, people cheer, people know they're witnessing a moment that may never happen again. Because here's the emotional punch. Tracy Chapman hasn't performed Fast Car live since that Grammy night. She's 60. She rarely tours. She rarely appears in public. And that moment may have been the last time the world ever hears her sing it live. Ever. Imagine being in that room, knowing you're watching the final chapter of a song that shaped entire generations. If Fast Car hits different for you, comment the word relate. And now the callback. Remember how they said it won't stream? It became one of the most streamed songs of the year. Remember covers don't chart? It topped multiple charts. Remember not worth promoting? It created the biggest country moment of 2023. Because great songs don't fade, they wait. They wait for someone honest enough to carry them forward. And Luke Combs did. A kid from North Carolina learned a song in his bedroom and carried it for years. A quiet legend watched her story come alive again. A song from 1988 became the biggest country moment of a new generation. Sometimes lightning doesn't just strike once. Sometimes it comes back and changes everything. If you want more honest country stories like this, hit subscribe and comment the next artist or song you want me to cover. Last time, 12 of you suggested this exact topic, so I made it. Your comment could be next.